Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Patrons video today that I make for Jan Žvak as part of their custom monthly music review. And if we switch over to here, we have ourselves a track on the screen from an act named ChoQMay, as I understand it, titled Sister off of the Gingham Check album, and we're going to listen through this track from start till finish, and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go, what do we got? I mean, clearly it slaps. Fantastic raise with the bass as well. Kind of like an anti-drop, isn't it? Another slick drum fill going through. I wasn't expecting a bass solo in here, but it's nice to have that fit in. How the sounds flutter around the sides. It's really great panning wise. Key change. And we're very explorative with the vocal melodies for sure. So I assume that theme there is a synth theme or something like that. I think there's a lot to appreciate with this track, from the wide variety of instruments within the arrangement to the vocal style to the overall feel and vibe of the track, so we're going to talk about that more in the conclusion. Because this is my conclusion analysis of this track from an act named ChoQMay, if I'm not mistaken, titled Sister. Now this track again being off of the Gingham Check album. Now what I think this track is about, I'm not sure. I don't know what the lyrics mean, but that's okay. I don't need to understand the story of a track to be able to appreciate the work that's put into it and the performance that I've heard. I thought the vocal performance was stunning. We're very clearly very comfortable in our vocal range going between chest and head voice there. We've got a lot of energy and charisma, and we are very sort of like varied with the way we express ourselves and approach things. A lot more low key in the verse sections. We kind of go up, especially into the high ranges, not just range wise, but also just a little bit more sort of like bombastic and extra in those hook lines. I think it was great to have the key changes that we had in that later chorus section to show how we go between different parts and to show our sort of control of the mic. I think ultimately it's a song where like I appreciate the effort that they're trying to put into make an interesting storytelling period there. If you know the language, you'll be able to sort of get more sort of value out of it maybe than I did, but I nonetheless appreciate the way they sung. That the voice itself was pleasant to listen to with the texture and stuff, and we harmonized neatly with the arrangement around us. The track itself is 3 minutes 54, which is just inside the 2 to 4 minute sweet spot that I appreciate for reviews. I think that in general, this song showed really sort of like solid control of the bass and the drums and some of the key parts. And there was a synthesizer intro that might have been also a guitar, I'm not quite sure. No, we might have had several. I think we have like bass, we have drums, we have keys. I'm not sure if that I don't think that was a guitar. I think that was a modulated synth or a keyboard. I think it's kind of nice not to have guitar in here at all, really, because it's a texture and a sort of like a layer that's quite common. To have it removed leaves a lot of room for keys and other instruments to take the field. And I think in general, the keys that really compelling synth pattern in the intro section was kind of fun. It was intricate there. It was kind of like it was kind of groovy with the phrasing of it with the 16ths, and it was a peppy introduction to everything that was going to go on later on with the bass lines and the drums. The drums being fantastic with the sort of disco grooves there with the offbeat accents and some of those chorus patterns there, typically revolving around the cymbals, the kicks and snares there, working with 8s and 16ths. We had a great sense of pace across some of those tom fills and transitions as well, and we kept a great sense of groove there, we were like a metronome with it. We were fantastic. The bass line, the bass guitar is stuck well with the chords presented by the key patterns, and I think that we were very comfortable within that facet. We had a bit of a solo section after that first chorus, if I'm not mistaken, where we sort of elaborated upon the existing sort of synth intro, that motif there, and kind of made it our own in lower ranges there. And I like the fact that we had that freedom to be able to do that. I think it was really cool that we could clearly express ourselves with the instrument in a similar way to the pseudo lead that was as like an alternate lead to the vocals, even though we were in a lower range than it. I think that the keys, the sparkly keys that we had on top, there was some of the mid-range stuff there. It was just nice to niche them in different parts of the frequency spectrum and different octaves there. They go around the headphones as well. The panning of it was really clever, and it sort of sparkled and was very beautiful. It was just a beautiful sort of sub-layer that resonated alongside those sort of main mid-range key drum bass parts alongside the vocals. I think we might have also had some sort of modulated or filtered organ parts there in the later stage, especially with that key change in last chorus there, which was kind of dope. We really just left ourselves in a position where we had our bases covered there. That the key change going down lower was unpredictable, and then we went up again so that we could explore some legato passages with the singer going up into their sort of relative falsetto, dancing around there in a way that was almost like an alternate lead there. It was great. We were not only telling the story, we were also using our vocals as an instrument there, as like a contrast or a sort of foil to like a guitar solo or something like that. I think it should be worth noted that the higher vocal parts, the bass line, and the key part, the main synth part at the start there, they kind of played a similar sort of melody. So they were kind of trading places over who represented that in the mix, that main sort of concept. And so ultimately, I think with the verse, chorus, transitions to structures here, the solo section on the bass, the various key changes within the chorus, the structure of the track was interesting there, with a tight performance to boot there without a note out of place, so with no filler. And the theme itself was very sort of like chilled out and relaxed and like low key, kind of confident within itself there. We had some class extensions which sort of suggested a sort of an intimacy and sophistication within that. The brightness of those sort of key parts insinuated that maybe we were like in a night sky or like in a nightclub or something like that. We were getting sort of like together at that time, and I think that it was gorgeous. It was a gorgeous sounding track there. The softness of the vocal performance provided a nice sort of icing on the cake for that, and things sort of niched well together. I can understand why people like this track. Studio recording, mixing, and mastering was tight. I think ultimately it, the vocals were present in the mix alongside the bass, the synths, the keys, the organs, and things were nicely niched within the frequency spectrum. No weird resonant frequencies. The music surrounded you in the headphones. We had like panning of like the organ, or like the vibrato, or the kind of the oscillation of that. The sparkles went to the sides there in unison. It was great. We had a lot of fun going on, fun post-production stuff there. There was dynamic range, things were not the same loudness all the time. But it was also nice and loud without pumping, so the bus compression limiting was handled, and effectively it's just a really well recorded and produced track there from a band that clearly knows what they're doing, with a singer who knows how to sing their truth. And that's my review of this track from an ex named ChoQMay titled Sister. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please go show them some love via their various social medias and a Spotify page, and stay cool and stay safe. And please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time. Is either hell more than ever thought of crazy stuff going on in the world, and I will catch you in the next XP Patrons video. Spiderhands out.